Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am making a reading journal today. I have never done this before, so I'm starting completely from scratch. I'm at Hobby Lobby. I'm going to go in and get the supplies that I need, and then we'll be starting our very first reading journal.
That's a tape 9. That's 9. Zip tapes. Need by 9.
Okay, we're back home again, and I feel like I have so many things going on right now, so I'm trying to keep my head straight. One of the things I got that is not related to this video, but I got this storage container thingy because my husband really needs some storage for his stuff because we just moved and trying to figure out that. So I got that for him, and then Christmas is coming. And I don't know exactly when this video will be coming out, but I got this so that we can put it over our door and hang our Christmas wreath. We are going to be decorating on November 1st, so yeah, we're pretty diehard Christmas freaks around here. So I got that for the Christmas thing. Also, we were walking through Hobby Lobby and just everything in there always just like screams at you. It's just like so much stuff, and it's a little bit like stimulating. You're like, ah! But as we were walking through, I saw the Christmas ornaments, and my son loves trains, and we saw this, and I was like, I saw it before he did, and I was like, I have to get that for him. And so he got this big smile when I showed it to him, and it's just cute little snow globe with a snowman and a little train. So he's been playing with that ever since. So that was not related. What I got for my reading journal, I walked through the entire store and did not find blank journals until I went to like just a random corner of the store. It was like scrapbooking. This wasn't even what I was looking for, but it was only $8, and I was like, you know what? I think I should just do it. So it's just blank paper and very nice thick. It's very nice quality, but I was hoping for a spiral, but they didn't have any spirals. And this was the only one there. Like there were no other options. And I was like, whoa, I was expecting Home Depot. I was expecting Hobby Lobby to have way many more options than this, unless I just couldn't find them. But anyway, maybe next time I'll go to a Target or Walmart or something. So that's the journal. And then I got these metallic markers. I don't know, I thought they were cute. And also these gel pens. I also have colored pencils already, so I would probably just buy colored pencils at Walmart or something. So I didn't get any colored pencils or anything like that. And also I thought these had coordinating colors. You can see they're very similar color schemes. So that was one reason why I chose those two. And then I was looking at the washi tape, and I'm sure that at some point I will buy many more types of washi tape, but this has books on it. Perfect. It's so cute. So I got that, and then that was all that I bought. And I do have some stickers and some old washi tape. I've literally had this stuff for years, and I found it when we were moving, and I just grabbed it all in this bag, and some pens and stuff because I was like, I'm sure I will use this for my reading journal. So that concludes everything from today, and I will probably buy like a glue stick and some other things at some point, but this is all that I got for today, and then I will have to work on actually doing the reading journal. Okay, it's quite a long time later, a couple weeks later, and I'm ready to start my reading journal. So I have my books, my book covers here that I went to the library and I got them printed. And so I'm gonna just cut them out, and then I will go over all my books and stuff and put them into my reading journal. Okay, we are just jumping in. We have my reading journal. We have all my covers cut out and markers and everything. So this, I really have no clue what I'm doing. So I'm just gonna start doing it and see how it goes. So I'm gonna start with the first book that I read for this channel, and that was a short video. And I read it in the very beginning of September, and it's Pure Blood Assassin, and my sister-in-law actually wrote this book, and I love it. I highly recommend it. So I'm going to start the very first page with that book. So I know you can't see my face, but the color scheme of this book is blue, even though this is not colored. So I'm going to use blue to write September. I will use a blue marker to write September up here, and then I will use a blue pen to draw in the other things down here. Also, I don't do artistic things like this super often, so I feel like I will get better once I continue doing this. So this was a 5-star, and the genre is fantasy, so I'm going to write that in. I'm just going to add this to the lower part of the page. This is my very first reading journal page ever. Okay, you guys, I just finished my first few pages and I'm done for today. So, yay! This is my first reading journal. So my September page has only one book because this was the only one that I included in a video. So as I said, this is a book my sister-in-law wrote, and it's fantasy, and we're following Amaris, who is a thief, and she also cannot steal to save her life. So it makes for a very interesting story, and she is kidnapped. I do not think that's a spoiler because it happens very early on, and I think it's even in the blurb if I'm not mistaken. So she really finds herself through the story, and it has this beautiful subplot of romance, which is so sweet, and I really love it. So I highly recommend this book. And then October, so I just drew a few pumpkins. And then I read When Monsters Lie in October, and it was 2-star, and the genre paranormal fantasy. It didn't feel creepy to me at all, but I did not enjoy it very much. And you can read my reading vlog to see more of that. And Powerless. Oh my goodness. I borrowed this book on Libby, and it blew me away. I loved this book. I ate it up. It was fantastic, and so for sure it was a 5-star, and the genre fantasy romance. And I'm not even a fantasy girly. I'm not even a romance girly. I love fantasy, but the fact that I gave a romance book 5 stars, that's how good it was. And combined with the fantasy, it was just so good. And then I read Babel, and that was a 4-star. I really did enjoy. Was it 4 stars or was it 3.5 stars? You know what? I think it was 3.5 stars. Oops. Oh well. Close enough, and I enjoyed it enough that that's not really too bad of a mistake. It was historical fantasy and dark academia vibes, and it was very, very well written. I really enjoyed it. And then my November TBR, but I read Good Girl Bad Blood earlier in this month, and I did not include that in a video at all. I just read it over like 2 or 3 days, and I read it super fast, and it was a good book, but I just didn't rate it because thrillers aren't my favorite books, and I can tell that it's a well-written book, and so I almost felt like by giving it a low rating for me personally, because I don't really love thrillers, that felt like an unfair thing to do because I can tell that it's very well written and it's very good, but I just didn't love it because I'm not like somebody who really loves thrillers too much. So anyway, I don't know if that makes sense, but I just didn't rate it for that reason. And then I read this book called Set for Life because my husband loves to read finance books and business books, and he recommended this one to me. Liam, don't draw on the table, please. And he said that I should read that book. And so I bought it on Kindle, and I finally got around to reading it, and I gave it 5 stars, even though for me self-help books would be considered a different type of rating than a novel. It's for sure not a entertaining book. It's very much of an educational type of thing, obviously. And so I rated it 5 stars even though it was boring because it's self-help. But it's still 5 stars for me because it was very good. And then I am currently reading The Unmaking of June Farrow, and it's just a time travel book, I believe, some romance. That's what I've heard anyway. I literally just started. I'm like literally still in the first chapter. So that's what I'm reading right now. And then I have on my November TBR for the rest of the month, I have love interests, and that genre is romance. And then I have The Rose Code, which is literary fiction, and I'm so excited about reading that book. I did include a few extra books in this month just because I wanted to challenge myself and get through a few extra books. I actually have never done a TBR before. Can you believe it? This is my first month doing like an actual, like picking out the books beforehand and then going through the month and then reading them. I have never done that before. I've always just read whatever sounded good to me in the moment. So that concludes what I've done. That was so fun. Like, I literally had so much fun doing that. I love doing creative things, and I want to do like more fancy things in the future, but as of right now, that concludes my reading journal. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that I will see you guys in another video, and don't forget to subscribe so that you can see more content. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.